Thank you, honey. You did amazing today. Can y'all give it up for Michelle? Michelle does not normally get up here and speak and handle the mic, but she did amazing. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. She's a great hype man. And the music was on point. Perfect. Thank you. All right, y'all. Here's the question. Where are the deals? Does anyone know? Raise your hand and I'll give you the clicker.
Everywhere.
Oh, yep. You can speak. Come on. I'm just kidding. Where are the deals? Everywhere. Do y'all agree? They are everywhere. Then how come when Michelle said, who's got a deal to sell? Sell. How come nobody raised their hand?
I'm not ready yet.
Not ready yet. You got one coming though, right? All right. Why not? Why don't y'all have a deal right now that you could sell to someone in this room? It's okay to answer. I will give y'all you know what? I'll give a t-shirt out for y'all getting out there, getting vulnerable. Why don't you have a deal right now that you can sell? It's not under contract yet. So you have one coming? Why isn't it under contract yet?
Because they haven't made an offer.
They haven't signed it yet? And you came here without getting that paper signed? Come on, go get it signed. All right, well, I'll give you props for that. Did you get a t-shirt? Thank you for sharing. All right, why else? Because you're brand new. Don't know where to get the deals. I did not pay her for that intro, but that's perfect. You can have a hat. You get a hat.
I can't wait. Thank you.
Yes. All right, y'all. Who else feels that? Who else feels that? You know that they're out there. Everyone in here will agree that the deals are everywhere. But there's something keeping you from finding them. Is that right? I feel you. Hopefully I can enlighten you a little bit. Hopefully I can share with you some targets that you can go after. And hopefully you can leave here and go get that deal. All right. If not, I will give you some things to help you get there. All right. We are going to talk about 10 places to find deals today. And if you didn't get a notebook, you can get a notebook. Do we have notebooks back there still? Okay. If y'all need one, you can raise your hand. They'll bring it to you. So you can take notes. Because I literally will give you a list of 10. And we don't have that much time. I'm not going to. This is something that we could teach over an entire weekend. But I am going to go through and share the list and share some tips and tricks. And a few of these, you will have everything you need to get to the list and go get it. All right? Again, this is something that we have taught before an entire weekend. This is something that could take hours and hours and hours. So I'm going to go as deep as I can and still get through the info. All right? But I got to ask you guys another question. Why are you here in a real estate investing meetup? Why are you here? Meet other investors? Network? Why does it matter that you want to network with real estate investors? Right. Why do you want to do it? Financial freedom. Retirement. Uh-huh. Are y'all going to stockholder meetups? No? Are you going to Bitcoin buyer meetups? You know they exist. I know they have to exist. And I don't know where they are, but they have to exist. How about, did you guys know you can make a ton of money selling horses? Any of y'all going to equestrian meetups? No? We do have a property in Camden, right? I heard Camden, there's horses out there. Y'all, there's a ton of ways that you can make money, okay? But I believe real estate is that one way that our system is set up in this country where you can truly build wealth that will last not just for you, but for your kids and your grandkids and as far down as you want to make it happen. All right? And it's true wealth. And so, like I said, our system is set up in a way that you could do that. And this graph, it's going to be a little hard to show, but we will put it up in the Deal Finders Facebook group. So if you're not in that, make sure you scan. I think it's on the back of your name tag. All right? But there's a couple of reasons. So I'm going to just tell you why we're here. Like, why are we excited about real estate? Why does it even matter where the deals are? So I'm going to run through these. Cash flow. What's cash flow? Capital. Money coming in. not going out. Money coming into you, all right? When you get a paycheck, technically it's cash flow. It's not passive, but it's cash flow, all right? So you can earn cash, earn money by investing in real estate. Appreciation, all right? Appreciation is where that value grows. So the value of the asset gets higher over time. Horses will appreciate in value until they die. I would assume they are no longer valuable after that. I actually don't know that for a fact, but I'm going to go with my assumptions. All right? Real estate will continue to appreciate as long as we don't make any more of it. All right? Depreciation. Now, I know I just threw some of y'all new folks for a loop. Appreciation, depreciation, sounds like they should be opposites. I think they are. But depreciation actually happens on your tax return. So it's where you get to take, this is where our system is set up for you. You get to get tax advantages for those properties that you were holding. Weird, I know, because you get to take the tax advantage because the government says that property actually lost value because of the asset is depreciating. However, the value is going up. I don't know why they came up with that, but it works for us. All right? You can also defer taxes. Remember I was telling you can set real estate up to build wealth for your kids and grandkids. It's simple. I say simple. Use an attorney. But you set up a trust, and that piece of real estate can go down the line without ever being paid. You don't have to pay taxes on the gains because they get what's called a step-up evaluation. I'm not going into all that. I'm just telling you what it's all about. All right? It's a tangible asset, okay? Real estate's tangible. It's a real piece of property. You can go by, you can see it, you can paint the exterior. Anthony's painting the exterior. He's going to increase the value of his property by painting the exterior, okay? Because it's a tangible item, it's a tangible asset, all right? You can't, I guess you could do that with a horse. Probably give it a haircut. I don't know. But maybe give it some steroids. I know that, don't do that. So steady. Steady is probably not a technical term, but that's what I came up with. And I say steady because real estate does not go crazy up and down like Bitcoin, right? That was kind of the illustration there. Bitcoin is 20,000 today, and it could be 50,000 tomorrow, and then back down to 20. Real estate doesn't do that because of so many outside factors, and the government is, in part of that, mortgage companies and that sort of thing. And then for this room right here, these final two are what is so important. And the reason that I think most of y'all are here is because you have realized that in real estate, the literal door is wide open. Anyone and everyone can invest in real estate. You do not have to be from money. You do not have to live in a certain town or city, or you don't have to go to a certain Ivy League college to get the best job. Real estate literally is for everyone. You can buy a piece of property. I think Kimberly bought a piece of property for $200. $200. And this was like a month ago, y'all. This wasn't in the 70s. This was just happened, okay? And it is like a valuable piece of property. It's not just trash. So anyone can do it. And the biggest piece for what we do as community buyers and community rehabbers and the properties that we provide is we're meeting a need. Real estate meets a need. Y'all, some stats came out about the real estate market this morning or yesterday about, the government, the Fed is trying to regulate inflation, and they're really targeting the housing market. So they're keeping those interest rates high because they want to slow down on the buying. Well, what's happening is rental rates, the rate to rent a property, that's shooting up. So it's costing people, I think it was 8-9% more to rent a house today than it was last year. Why? Because people need somewhere to live. They can't go buy, so now there's more renters in the pool than there were last year, right? It's a need. It has to be filled. So when you have real estate, you have a property, you are providing something that's a need in our society, okay? It's not a luxury item. Like, I don't know why equestrian is in my brain, but that's what I'm rolling with. Equestrian is a luxury item. It's not a need. Okay? All right, does everybody get that? Can I get a yes? Everyone's on board. Okay, good. If none of that made sense and you think I'm crazy for even saying that, you might be in the wrong room. Just saying. All right, I have a couple questions here for you, okay? We went through and we said, you all agreed that real estate is a place to create value, right? To find wealth. You're here because you're trying to learn more about that, all right? So here's some questions that we found are in just about everybody's head, especially when they first get started. What is the deal? Where are the sellers? Has anybody ever thought, how do I even talk to a seller? You can raise your hand. It's okay. Don't be shy. Thank you. I know. It's true. What if I don't have any money? How many people are in that boat right now? I don't have any money to buy it. Why would I talk to a seller? Well, I can tell you there's a couple ladies in the back that would love to talk to you about money because they got a lot of it to lend. All right? How about who in here has never been to a closing? You've never bought a house and you just literally have no idea what that process is. It's okay. I'm going to give you a book if you raise your hand. All right, Josh. Oh, my man, Josh. You know what? You deserve this book. Josh just put an offer in on a house, right? Very first offer, very first house. He's never been to a closing. Never been to a closing. He's never bought a house. Y'all, he's probably sitting there like, what in the world? I don't know what's coming next. Thankfully, he has a wonderful agent back there. Chrissy's going to guide him through that. But y'all, these are legitimate questions, and I'm putting them out there because it's okay. It is okay for y'all to be like a deer in the headlights when this stuff happens. I have to stop and think sometimes because we've done it so many times that like going to the closing attorney, it's like nothing for us anymore, but that's a big deal when you're buying for the first time. It's intimidating. It's okay to be scared, Josh. It's totally fine. So that's like, it's okay to have that in your head. So I'm glad that y'all are here because this bottom question is who can help me? So if you're in this room, you've at least acknowledged that you need something. You need some help, right? And so I applaud y'all for that. That is a huge step. You are way ahead of all those other people that are on Bigger Pockets that are just reading the comments or just watching the YouTube videos. Because they're watching and reading and they're like, man, real estate, that's the way to go. I should do that. And then the next day they watch and they read, like, man, I really should do that, but I don't know. And so they don't do anything. They don't show up here. They don't show up in the forums. They don't ask questions. All right? So that's kind of what led us here. Michelle didn't really go into our backstory when she was telling about where Lucas Properties came from. But 2007, when I bought my first deal, I had no idea what I was doing. 2007, YouTube was around, I'm sure, but there weren't real estate investors all over it. There was definitely no TikTok for me to learn from. And I just made all the mistakes I could, all the mistakes in the book. Like just totally everything was wrong. 2007, October 2007, I'm pretty sure the market crashed like the next day. If you look it up, or it may have been that day, and I was just so excited I wasn't paying attention. But I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know the market had any influence on what was going to happen to my house value. So we did. We got started. Fast forward, we get to about 2016. Michelle and I have done a few deals. We were getting pretty good at finding things, picking things, fixing them up. We still didn't know anybody in this space. There was not a meetup like this until we got in 2018 when we started a meetup from Bigger Pockets. I started listening to Bigger Pockets, and a couple of the guys are here that were there with us in the very beginning. I know Ted's here. I think Chris left. Did he leave? Or am I missing him? So we started way back then with just a couple of people came together because I put it in Bigger Pockets. We didn't know what we were doing. We were all in the same boat. Nobody there was really helping each other other than connecting and sharing stories and sharing questions. And then that group, that community, was able to work together to solve those issues and to grow. And now from that small group, there was only probably 10 of us that were meeting back then. I'm pretty sure all 10 of us are still doing this business and succeeding because we were able to launch. Most people don't have that launching point. Most people that want to get into a business or get started in real estate try to do it on their own and they fail. They give up. Okay? So that's what we want to make sure that you don't do. That's why we started this Deal Finders Live. That's why we have these events. That's why we come together. Who knows this picture? Who knows this movie? All right. Who doesn't? Who doesn't know this movie? Don't raise your hand. Michelle, have you ever seen it? Have you seen the whole thing? So, y'all, just so you know, Michelle's an 80s baby, but she don't know any 80s movies. I had to show her all 3 Back to the Futures, like back to back. Oh, you're going to start a fight. All right, well, Saturday's playlist. All right, so this is Miyagi and Danielson, right? So I was talking to somebody today, and he put this image in my head, and he was basically, Mr. Miyagi, what does he do? What does Mr. Miyagi do for Daniel? Teaches, mentors, right? He's a mentor. He coaches him, teaches him. What does Daniel do? Danielson. Who said it? Was that you, Juice? He listens, right? Do y'all remember the stupid, like, wax on, wax off? He's like washing his car. He's painting the fence. He was just listening and doing what his coach was telling him to do. He had no idea where it was going, but he was listening, right? So we had a mentor like that. We had a coach like that got us into the next level with our business, that really launched us from just 5 or 6 rentals to where we had 35. Michelle was able to quit her job, and then where we are today, over 100 something units. And that was because we found that person that could help us get to the next step and lead. And so doing the Deal Finders group that we started doing this live meetup, we had people asking us to do that same thing. And Michelle knows, like, that was never a part of the deal back when we started coming together. It was never like, hey, Andrew, can you teach me what you know? Can you show me? I was like, when people started asking me, I was like, no, I can't. Because I don't know why you would ask me. But as we started to see what it was, is there's you guys, a lot of y'all who are just getting started, you just need somebody to help you get to the next step, right? And so we started doing that. We started helping people do that in 2019, I guess, really. And so we were bringing on folks that we would coach them and teach them and do flips together. And it was an expensive endeavor. So we would charge $20,000, $30,000 for somebody to come and work with us. And then we would do deals, right? We would do deals together. And that was fine. That's fine. But that's not something that we wanted to continue going forever and ever. That's just not, because we weren't helping enough people. We were helping. I know we've got some folks in here that have done deals, that we have been able to get deals closed, get profit from, and change their lives. But that wasn't enough, right? So at the end of this presentation, I'll show y'all what we're doing now and how we're helping more people at one time. Are y'all cool if I do that at the very end? Okay. All right. In between now and then, y'all better take some notes, because I'm literally going to tell you the top 10 places to go find a deal today. First, let me tell you this. I didn't make these up. I am no smarter than y'all. I am just going to highlight it and show you how to do it and make you so uber duper aware of what you've missed that you will be so angry at yourself that you will leave here and go get the next one. Okay? Y'all cool with that if I make you upset at yourself? Good, because the very first one is where I'm pissed at myself. All right? So I'm in it with you. Okay? All right, spot number one. Spot number one. Walking for dollars. Walking for dollars. All right? Why am I mad at myself? I'll tell you this story. It brings, I get hives when I tell this story, I feel like. This house is a picture of the house that's right across the street from the house that we live in now. This is Google Earth, Google image from years ago. I couldn't find the one where it looked like what we bought it across the street. But when we moved in, this house had cars parked in the front yard. Clearly renters were living in it. And clearly they weren't taking care of it. Michelle and I, we were just like, this is a good neighborhood. This is the one bad house in it. This is 2013. And we said, it'll be fine. We like this, really like the house we're in. It's a big front yard. We really don't have to worry about those tenants across the way that are messy. They'll be gone eventually anyway. Well, fast forward like 3 months, maybe, they were gone. They were evicted. What should you do if you see someone's belongings on the front yard? Find out who owns it, right? What else?
Call them.
Call them. Yeah, right? Duh. How about go through the stuff in the front yard and pick up an old motorcycle that's missing an engine and take it to your backyard? No? Yes? Yes? Can someone please say you would do that so I'm not alone? Yes. See, Michelle, I'm not the only one. It's still there. Literally still there. It's still in our backyard. All right. So, yes. If you see someone's stuff put out in the front yard, y'all, stop. Figure out who owns it. It's super easy right now. Just Google it, and you will probably find it. If you need resources, write this down, propstreamvip.com. That's the one we use. If you do the propstreamvip.com, you should get like a free trial, I think, from the Deal Finders Club. And you can go there and find the info. You can literally find the owner, okay? And you can skip trace and get their address, phone number, everything. All right? So you should call them. Now, I did do this over here in Olympia one time, and I called, and the landlord was the owner, and he was the one setting all the stuff out. And so, he picks up his phone, and I'm in the front, literally out front. And I was like, oh, crap, I need to drive, because he was pissed, because he's the one lifting all this guy's crap out of his house that he just evicted. He answers the phone all mad, and I was like, would you want to sell that house? He's like, anyway, he used bad words, but if he's actively pissed off at a tenant and lifting couches and stuff, maybe wait a day before you call him. Just saying. But he's still going to be mad, but he might talk to you a little bit. So, walking for dollars. What that means is go in your neighborhood or in a neighborhood that you know, because, and why I say walking, because you can also talk to the neighbors, find out what's going on with that bad house. But as you walk, you will get to see and understand the neighborhood a little bit better than driving, okay? So this is something to do in your spot. Walk out your house, walk around, you will find that one house. I almost guarantee your neighborhood has that house that needs to be bought, that needs somebody to come and be a wholesaler for it, be a new landlord, be a fix and flipper, all right? So go walking. Oh, there's a song for that, isn't there? So here, and I'm going to show y'all a couple of these lists. I'm going to tell you exactly how how it pans out. So here's Quinn and Keisha. Some of y'all know. They were part of our group, and they literally went walking in their backyard and found 3 wholesale deals that made them tens of thousands of dollars right away because they saw a house, called the owner. He didn't sell them that one, but he sold them 2 more, and then they found another one that was owned by a real estate agent who just didn't want to deal with it because it was in such bad shape. In their neighborhood, walking their neighborhood, okay? So, when y'all wake up tomorrow, and you go for a walk tomorrow morning, and you see a house that needs some love, what y'all gonna do? You're gonna find out who owns it, right? When y'all do it, I want y'all to post it in Facebook. I want y'all to put it in our group so that the next person reads it and says, oh, Andrew wasn't kidding. Go do it. Because what's going to happen, now that I've told you this, you're going to drive by that house that you knew you should have called on, and there's going to be a for sale sign in the yard, and you're going to be mad. So I want y'all to get mad about the ones you missed and go get the next one. All right. The next piece, I got to tell y'all, this is going to set the stage a little bit too, is there were 17,500 homes sold in Richland and Lexington counties, 2022. Okay? It's a lot of houses, right? 7,000 of those were non-owner occupied. Who knows what non-owner occupied means? What is it?
The owner doesn't live there.
Doesn't live there. It's a rental. It's some sort of investment, most likely, right? Or it could have been a probate deal where the owner has passed away. But either way, that owner doesn't live in it, which makes that transaction more likely an investment transaction. Okay? Why am I telling y'all this? Well, our business, Columbia Cash Home Buyers, Lucas Properties, the work that we did in 2022, we did a lot. We did a lot of deals and a lot of transactions. And literally, we only did like 100 properties. That means there's still a whole lot of inventory out there. There's a whole lot of action for you guys to get. Why am I telling you this? Because when you come in here or you go on YouTube or Facebook and you see wholesalers or you see investors that are like making all this money and doing a whole lot of deals, our natural instinct is to say, there's no way I can do that. There's no way I can do as many deals as Andrew and Michelle. Y'all, we're not doing that many. It literally only takes you one to change your life. It takes you one deal to make as much money as you might make in a W-2 job. Happens all the time where people are making 40, 50, 60 grand on one deal. All right? So I put this up here to tell you that you don't have to go buy every house. Y'all don't have to have the best trap to get every seller. You just need to be you and find out what you're doing and how do you connect with your niche. Because you are all a niche, whether you know it or not. None of y'all go to the same barbershop. None of y'all go to the same Subway sandwich shop to get your sub every day at lunch. I know because I don't see y'all at mine. You don't go, some of us go to church together, right, Karen? But most of y'all don't go to the same church, right? I don't think any of y'all work together. At least I haven't seen any work pals showing up. So you are all your own niche, okay? So what does that mean? How do you do that? That is your list. Your niche is your list. Where you are today is your list. Now, you're looking at me, I'm sure like, wait, I was looking for an Excel spreadsheet, Andrew. I need you to give me an Excel spreadsheet with names, addresses. Where's my list? This is what's going to make you get a deal. This is a deal finder. When you go and make the connections and you do something that we send out hundreds and thousands of postcards. Y'all don't have to do that because that's not where you are. Be where you are and talk to the people where you are and tell them that you're looking for a deal. Tell them that you're an investor and you're looking to get a house that needs some love. Okay? The more you say that in your niche, the more likely you are to get a deal. All right? And you don't need 100 of them. Y'all, you just need 1, 2, or 3. We like to say for our Deal Finders Club is we're going to help you get to those first 1, 2, or 3 deals because then after that, you're taking off, right? That's what we say every time. We're taking off after that, okay? Average wholesale deal is about 10K, okay? So let me just say this. Would 10K make a pretty good day for you guys? Yes? Pretty good day? If you were able to get 1 a month, is that a pretty good year? Yeah. Y'all, there are 12 deals in your niche right now. But you've got to figure that out, figure out where you are, what is that niche, and start mining it. Okay? Let me give you an example. This is Freddy's. Who in here knows Freddy's? Our man Freddy's, right? So Freddy's started 2019, maybe. He was one of our first folks that we helped get his business off the ground. And Freddy's was like, I want to be a wholesaler. I want to go do postcards like you. I was like, no, I don't know if you do because you're a teacher and you can't answer the phone all day long, right? So he went and found his niche, which is within his community, his family's community, where now he's helping folks that had no access to deals or couldn't sell their good deals, so he's helping them find buyers. Completely different niche. What he's using is the fact that he's bilingual, right? That's what he found. And he started with the people that he knew in that space. So church, work, all that, okay? And now they're doing over 50 deals a year. I love seeing his posts in the Facebook group. He's like, oh, number 15, you know. And now they're doing them in like Tennessee and Virginia, all over the place. All right, but that was his niche. He did not have to go do what everyone else did. His list was where he was, okay, or where he is. All right, number 3. The neighborhood watch. Does anyone have a neighborhood watch in their neighborhood? Used to? What happened? Everyone stole the signs and now it's...
No, I just got moved away.
Oh, moved away. Okay. You left the neighborhood watch. I guess they weren't any good. All right. So who thinks neighborhood watch could be beneficial for your real estate investing needs? Yeah. Are you figuring it out? Is things clicking for you? Those first 2 slides were there to make you open your mind, okay? Hopefully by the next 2 or 3, y'all be like, oh, duh, next. But these are all duh. These are all places that you could have been looking this whole time. But you weren't because you didn't know, and that's fine. So there are 7,000 HOAs in South Carolina. That is a lot of HOAs. Anybody else get heartburn for that? Yeah. So not all of them are the really expensive ones that go and give you tickets for the grass, okay? But those are the ones you want to find. You want to find those crappy HOAs, the ones that are real mean and really stick it to the homeowners that leave their trash can out. Why? Because we're problem solvers. And those HOAs got problems, okay? Sometimes it's the people in the HOA, but most of the time what you're looking for are those problem properties, right? If they have a really good and tight HOA that's always on it, always doing the inspections, then that HOA is going to be bothering the heck out of the guy who has to rent his house out because he moved, work made him move and he couldn't sell, and now he's got a tenant in there that keeps parking in the front yard. That guy's going to be so tired of that HOA that he's going to want to sell. Okay? That HOA is going to be so tired of that guy that they're going to want him to sell. Okay? So this is where you guys step in. This is where you start looking for deals. Okay? You can be that connection for the HOA. You can be that light bulb for the HOA that says, you know what? This guy needs to sell. We really want this guy to sell his house. You should call it. That's the conversation you want to have with the HOA leader or someone that lives in a community. It doesn't have to be an HOA. Neighborhood watch, neighborhood association, nosy neighbors. Anybody knows a nosy neighbor? Those are the people that are going to help you get the deal because they're going to give you the inside track. They're going to give you the inside information. All right? The neighborhood association. So Forest Acres has a rather large neighborhood association. And a few times I went to the meetings. I don't go anymore because it's at night and I'm trying to put the kids to bed. But a few times I went, there was this one house and everybody, it was like the talk of the town. It was gossip. It was like, oh my gosh, this house was so bad and there's cats everywhere and the yard's this tall. It was literally the talk of Forest Acres Neighborhood Association because one of the people in charge lived right across the street or whatever it was. And what they ended up doing is getting it on the city council to demo the house. So this neighborhood association was so upset with it that they pushed it along to get it torn down. Now, do you think that if you had been at that association meeting, maybe you could have stepped out and called that owner, given them a heads up, say, hey, they're going to try to tear your house down. You want to sell it first? Just asking. Just wondering. That's the kind of information that's out there. You cannot go to every HOA meeting, but you can go to the one that's in your community. You can go to the one that's in your neighborhood. You can ask your brother or sister if they go to one. If you know that your neighbor is on the board, you don't have to go. Just ask them what's the dirt. Okay? This is how you are going to be deal finders. This is how your first, second, third deal are going to come to you, and no one else. Y'all, if you're talking to the HOA president about a house that they really want to sell, he's not putting it on Facebook. Like, he's just going to tell you, okay? Neighborhood watch is the same way. If there's a neighborhood watch going on in your neighborhood, they would have meetings. They'd be like, oh, this house is vacant, and there's people coming, and we got to do something. So you could be that problem solver. Say, you know what? I can find that owner right now. Let me call him. And then you can be the hero to the neighborhood watch. All right? So, neighborhood watch, HOA, neighborhood associations. And let me tell you, it does work. Kimberly's in the back. We snapped a picture together. Say, hey, Kimberly. So this was Kimberly's very first deal. And now she works with us and she does deals all the time. She's like, whatever, this is nothing. But this is how she was able to get her first deal a couple of years ago. Was straight from an HOA member. Right? Because they were upset. They were tired of it. The HOA is like, gosh, we got to get this guys. They got to sell this house. All they're doing is they'll cut the grass 1 week and then they won't cut it for a month. Right? So they were tired of it. Kimberly went and found the owner and wholesaled the deal, made a pretty good penny. I don't remember how much. I should have looked that up, but you might remember. Made a pretty good little penny on doing a wholesale deal straight from an HOA member. How much did you pay in marketing? $0. How much competition did you have? Zero competition. Y'all, real life. I'm telling you, it happens, and it can change your life. If you just do 1, 2, 3 of these deals, it will set you up where you start have money for marketing. You know, have money to maybe not go to work tomorrow. I don't know, whatever. All right? Oh, this is my fun part. This is the fun part. Guys, do we have any professional wholesalers in the room? Any professional wholesalers? Like, that's your business? Ted? Yeah, that's your business. Okay, there's a couple wholesalers in the room. Do we have any professional agents, real estate agents in the room? All right, we got more of those. Good. So I'll ask the agents. Agents, do you want to help investors buy houses? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Okay. Did anybody say no? Crickets. Okay. Just so all the investors know, even the new ones, every single agent wants to help you buy a house. Agents, do you hate it when your phone rings with buyers that are wanting to learn more about properties or the neighborhood? No. That's why you have the phone. Guys, if you are here and you are not using an agent, you might as well cut off your right arm. Like, that's their job. Their job is to go out and find properties. Now, most agents aren't going to find deals. You're going to have to tell them what's a deal to you. But they know what's happening. They know where the houses are. Scott just told me, he's like, hey, did you know that house? It's been on the market for over a year. And I'm like, no, I had no idea that house was on the market for over a year. But he's an agent, and he's selling a house in that neighborhood, and so he knows what the market's doing. So he knows what houses are what. Y'all, use agents. You don't have to use the one agent. You can ask for people in different markets. Like, there's Lexington agents that specialize in Lexington, some in Columbia, some specialize in one neighborhood. Like Wildwood probably has an agent. That's all they do, right? So, use agents and professional wholesalers. I pulled these images offline. They're all professional wholesalers. I did a search for Sell My House Fast in Columbia. That's how you find wholesalers, just so you know, in case you're wondering. And Google said there was 24 million. There's not really 24 million, but there's a lot, okay? There's a lot of wholesalers, a lot of agents in your neighborhood, in your market right now. Ask them for help. Go tell them, this is what I'm looking for. And I'll tell you right now, most agents, if you can connect with them, they're not. If you just say, "Hey, I'm a new investor. I want a house in Columbia," and hang up, that's not going to do it. And my agents in the room can say, "Amen." Like I don't even know who you were. Bye. But you need to connect with an agent. Connect with a wholesaler. Let them know what you're doing. Let them know why you're doing it. if you don't connect, if you rub each other wrong, whatever, if you go for the Yankees and you go for the Red Sox, it's not going to work, okay? That's fine. Go to find another agent, okay? That agent will not be upset. They will not feel bad that you went and found someone else, okay? So find an agent, enlist the help from professionals, okay? They will help you. All right. Let me show you real-world examples. The property on the left is from a wholesaler. This is one Nadia is flipping. I don't see Nadia in here right now. So we helped her get this deal, get this flip going. It's on the market right now. And the property on the right is from James. And James is not here. I know he's working. James's deal came from a wholesaler. And we're helping them flip that house. So these are incredible deals. Both of them will be profitable. Both of them came from a wholesaler. That is their job. They are professional wholesalers. Their job is to go find deals. So if you're an investor, and even if you want to wholesale, y'all, we've wholesaled from other wholesalers. Because sometimes there's wholesalers that are from out of town that don't really get the market. They don't understand what they have. And so you can do that. I say we just bought one from what was that, Trenum? We just bought. So that was from a wholesaler, right? And now he's going to take it from us. So these deals are everywhere, and you can if you can get on the list for the wholesalers, you can get to know an agent. They will help you. They will get your deals, okay? All right. Our next one. I'm going to speed up because I'm going to run out of time. For sale by owner. All right, agents in the room, y'all can answer again. Why do people list for sale by owner?
Save their commission.
Avoid commission, right? Is there any other reason?
The market is so high.
Think they can do it? All the agents are like, yeah, they just want to get out of my commission. They just don't want to pay my commission. Stupid whole for sale by owners. Y'all, some people just don't like you. I'm sorry. Some people don't like agents. I hate to tell it. I know, I just hurt some of y'all's heart. Agents are the personality profile of the get-alongs. I got to get along. Everyone's got to love me. I got to be. We got to hug it out. But some people just don't like agents for whatever reason. I know it's silly to say I don't like all agents. Whatever bad experience they had, they just don't like them. And you, as an investor, as a potential wholesaler or a deal finder, that is like just music to your ears. One of the first questions we ask sellers is, why didn't you list it on the market? Why isn't it for sale on the market? And whatever reason, we get it all the time. I just don't want to deal with agents. And if you're an agent and you're calling them, like, yeah, I hate them. God, stupid agents. By the way, I am a licensed agent. I have to tell you by the rules and laws, but I hate them. So, for sale by owners, y'all, I don't know why people just look over this when they're trying to find a deal. Columbia right now has over 200 for sale by owners listed on forsalebyowner.com and Zillow. And you would think, wait a second, for sale by owners, how are they online? I don't know. They're going through the work to put it on Zillow. Why not just get an agent? I don't know. So they're out there, they're online. But there's also for sale by owners that aren't online. And if you're driving your neighborhood and you see one of these red signs and it's not online, I can bet you no one else has called them. Like, no one. The stats on calling, I didn't put that slide up. The stats on calling from a road sign is like 7%. Nobody calls. So if you are calling, you are the only person talking to that seller. You're the only person that they are going to potentially sell to, which means no competition. Which means you get to get a good price, right? For sale by owners, typically sell 15% less than if they put it on the market. In which I don't know how they figure out that data, because if it's sold, whatever. So typically they sell for less. Some of those for sale by owners, they don't really care. They're not trying to get out of the commission. They just like control. So agents, don't shy away from them. Sometimes they just want to be in control, and they don't want you to dictate when they open their house to a showing. Sometimes they just want to be the guy that handles the negotiation. Okay? Sometimes you have that driver personality, and agents, they're okay with you, and you might still be able to get a deal out of it. Okay? So go look for them. If you drive this weekend and you see a for sale by owner sign, then you should be calling. They usually go out on the weekend. If you are, you see a garage sale sign, go see if they want to sell. Okay? Estate sale sign. Those signs, any of these signs that go out in the middle of the road or on the corner over the weekend, you should be calling. Yard sale, garage sale, estate sale, for sale by owner, call them. See if they want to sell. Okay? And I'll give Rochelle, wherever she is, this was her for sale by owner flip. She loves it. So this property literally was for sale by owners so long that the sign had faded. It was pink. It wasn't red anymore. It matched the house. It did match the house. Why hadn't it sold? I don't know. The guy was asking way too much money. But when we called, he's like, yes, for sale, make me an offer. He was saying he wanted 200 and something. And we're like, well, that doesn't make sense. So, we called and we got a deal. That's literally how this works. You have to be a deal finder. Okay? When you were driving and you see those for sale by owners, how many investors, oh my gosh, how many investors saw that sign and were like, somebody else will get that. Everybody knows it's there, so I'm not even going to bother calling. It was in the middle of a main investor road. People drive that road. So you have to be the one that picks up the phone. You have to be the one that dials these people that are putting their phone number out there saying, call me. Okay? Can everybody in this room say, I'm going to call? I'm going to call. Good. I got some callers in here. All right. It's all on you guys. When you leave here, I'm telling you, these are the lists. These are the places to look. This is what you should be looking for and listening for. But I can't do it for you. All right, so you got to get out there and do it. All right, write these down. These are the last list. I told you I couldn't get through all the details of everyone. But write these down. I'll go through them real quick. Tax delinquent list. Guys, everybody in Richland, Lexington County, y'all know when they do the tax sale? When is it?
In November?
November, right? So you can't buy any more of those deals now, right?
Not true.
Exactly. He knew I was trying to trick you. Y'all, the list is still out there. It's still out there. All you have to do is Google it, and it's an Excel spreadsheet with 6,000 properties that were delinquent in taxes last year. Do you think that if they paid those taxes on November 2nd or 3rd, do y'all think maybe they're going to be delinquent again this year? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are going to be in the same boat. They're going to be in the same situation of having to pay those taxes again, probably not having the funds readily available.
That also piggybacks another thing. That is, they're in trouble and they need our help.
They are in trouble and they need your help. Absolutely. Absolutely. Driving for dollars, y'all, we talked a little bit about walking for dollars. This just puts you in the seat. Just get in your car and everywhere you go, take a different route, look for houses that need some love. The app that we use is Driving for Dollars app is dealmachinevip.com. All right. Facebook groups, Deal Finders Live, Deal Finders Group. People put deals in there. If you are looking for a property in 29203 and someone puts one up, hello, they're selling. It's right there. Go get it. Don't be afraid to call them. Don't be afraid because this is your first deal to reach out and ask questions, all right? Get in other groups. There's a ton of groups. You want to be in as many as you can where people are posting deals, okay? Some of them you might want to mute when they start spamming a lot. But if there are deals that are actually actively being posted, be in the group. Service providers. This is a really long list within a list. So Junk King is a service provider. Air conditioning companies are service providers. Disaster restoration. These people go to properties and they will see the issues. They will see when people are in trouble. or they will see the vacant house. Who is the roofer? Roofers. They will see when there's issues. We have a roofing company, a big roofing company right now, that he will literally call. He's got a list. He's got about 10 investors that he calls when they're on a roof. They see an issue in that house or the one next door. They will literally call investors just for a referral fee. If you close the deal, you just give him $2,000, and he's like, thank you. Pretty cool deal, right? Y'all know any air conditioning guys, any plumbers, anybody like that? If you know them and they're already in your circle, like that's your buddy, your neighbor, your friend, tell them what you're doing and ask them to help you, because they'll do it. And then when you close the deal, you slip them $1,000. They're going to do it again. I have air conditioned friends. I mean, the texts I get sometimes, I'm like, y'all probably shouldn't be telling me that, but they want to help people that are in trouble, right? And they are happy to help us. Code violations, cities, municipalities, they put these online now. So just Google how to get it wherever you're looking. And then you just want to go and reach out to the homeowner. Because if they have a bunch of code violations, they probably have trouble. Arrest records, they have trouble. No matter what they got arrested for, they're in trouble now. Okay? Not every one of them is a big bad issue, but if you are going to jail, that's usually a sign of significant issues. So selling a property might help solve those issues. Okay? And then the water shutoff list, same thing. If there's no water to the property, then it's most likely vacant. Okay? Or it's like the house that was across the street from us that I told you about at first. They had their water shut off while they were still living there, and I'm not going to tell you where everything was going. So get that. If you can get that list from the municipality, it's huge. Okay? All right. Did everybody write these down?
Of course.
Good. Did anybody learn anything from these lists? Is there at least one list on here? Raise your hand if you got at least one list you never heard of. Good. How many got more than 4 lists that they'd never heard of? Awesome. So that's my goal, is for you guys to get out of here and say, you know what? Here's a spot that I can go. Now, remember I told you, there's like 7,000 non-owner occupied properties. Those are deals. You don't have to do all of these. What I'd encourage you to do is find one that you know that you are kind of having in, and go for it. Dive in on one of those strategies. Okay? Now, I was telling y'all that at the beginning that we were doing big, but we were really helping people build businesses one-on-one for a lot more money than most people can afford before they do their deals, right? So this is what Deal Finders is now, where we actually will go through, and what we figured out with those folks where we were building the business, the biggest impact came when we showed them how to find deals. When we went through what we just went through and showed new folks how to find the deal, how to get the deal, tease them out of where they are now, in their neighborhood, in their backyard, in their community. When we showed them that paid for the $25,000 coaching program. And then that paid for them to do a flip. Right? And then that paid for them to get out of their work or to invest and to buy rental houses. So it was like that piece, just finding the deal, is what moved the needle. So Michelle and I were saying, we want to be able to do this for more people. We want to help more people. So we said, what's the most important part? Flipping is nice. It's fun. Buying the rentals is where you ultimately are going to build the wealth. But what moves the needle is finding the deal. Hence the name Deal Finders. This is what we are focused on. This is what we do, is helping new investors find the first 2 or 3 deals so that they can launch their business. Okay? So this is what we do. How to find the deals, all the stuff that we kind of talked about. How to negotiate with the sellers. Funding the deals, because that's a very important piece. We get you pre-approved, or see how you can get pre-approved. Or if you need to wholesale deals, we get you the buyers so that you can then get pre-approved. Close the deals. We're right there with you. Man, Josh, we help you get through a closing attorney. We kind of answer all those questions. When you get there, you're not going to have to close that deal by yourself. That's the fun part. How to find the buyers. Next steps will be building the businesses. Of course, evaluating the properties and rehab at ARV. All right, so that is Deal Finders Club. And I told you I would I asked for permission for y'all to let me show you this. So I'm going to show it one time. In Deal Finders, if y'all have ever been here, for the folks that come here every month, they know we don't sell anything, right? Who can say yes to that? Amen. We don't sell anything. No one that comes and speaks sells. So this is the one and only time that I'm going to sell something, because we just launched this and we're getting some success. We're getting deals out of it. Some of the deals that were in here are from our group. And so we're going to launch it to this group tonight. We're going to let y'all have it. But then that's it, okay? You got 24 hours to sign up, and then we're not doing that again, because we're going to take this to where other people from outside this market can join in, all right? So that's the Deal Finders Club, and there it goes. So the price for it after today is $5,000. That is the price. That is the price. But what we are doing for this group today is $2,500. The other $2,500 is due in 60 days unless you get your deal. So when you get your deal in the first 60 days, we wipe that out because you become a success story, and we celebrate your success story with canceling half your payment. Does that make sense? Does this sound like something that anybody in this room would do? You don't have to commit right now. It's okay to nod your head. I'm not going to come take your $2,500 out of your pocket right now. That's what Holland is in the back for. So, Deal Finders Club. If you are new or have just done a couple of deals, this is where you will connect with a community that will get you to your next step. You will get your first couple of deals. We are getting those deals in the first 60 days. Evelyn knows that we just changed the program so that the real it's to get revenue first. I'm a teacher, so I was teaching a lot, and we, after a lot of communication with the first group that went through, we decided no, we got to put some more of this meat up front. So we are going to be you're getting deals the first week. Okay, that's when you're going and getting these deals, and we're talking to sellers. All right. We can't get everybody in this room in, and not everybody in this room would fit in this group, okay? Not everybody is a good fit for it. So, if you are interested, I'm going to shut up. We're going to get up. Y'all can talk to each other. We're going to end tonight. And if you're interested, you go back and see Holland. She will take your credit card. You can pay her tonight if you want to do it, or you can sign up and talk more about it. I'm telling you right now, this is the last time you're going to hear about it. So, I'm not like a stand-up and sales pitch kind of guy. All y'all that know me are like, yeah, you've never done that before. But this is it. So if you're in, you're in. Let's do it. If not, you have 10 or 15 lists to go hunt tomorrow. So that's it. Deal Finders Live. Thank y'all for coming tonight. We will see you next time.